to my channel. So on my video today, I have a special guest. Introduce yourself.
Yo, we call me EK. EK stands for Endless Chemistry. Instagram handle is Endless Chemistry. Twitter handle is Endless Chemist 1.
So today, he's annoying. So today, we're going to be doing a little video for you guys. Basically, a post-college, what's life like, kind of video. I kind of did one already, but you guys will have a different perspective. Somebody who had a different life, than myself. We actually went to middle school together, and we kind of, for the most part, grew up together. He and my brother are mad close, and we have our own little friendship. So he's in my video today. He's also a musical artist. He does a little singing or whatever. He has a few videos out, so definitely go check him out. I'm gonna tag him in the description bar below.
I have songs, not videos. 7 videos, songs, video coming soon.
My fault. Alright, so let's talk about it. So what undergrad did you go to, and then what was your experience like each year, like freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year?
I went to Buck State. In my freshman year, I learned that your life is different. Like high school is nothing. I mean, daddy not there to help you. You gotta figure things out on your own.
Let's talk about it.
You know what I mean? Textbooks is $250 a textbook. You in the library more.
Mm-hmm.
When you get one bad grade, your GPA is shot. Like ain't no climbing. It takes a minute to climb back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I learned sophomore year.
What was your major?
Oh, my major was health and wellness. So health and wellness, I got my bachelor's and everything in science. I graduated class of 2018. Shout out class 2018. But health and wellness is a bachelor's in science. You could do anything from the ranges of like personal training to even sitting on panels talking about coronavirus and things going on right now. It's a fun degree. I kind of wanted to get into nursing, so that's why I went in that realm.
Okay.
I might go back and get my master's. I'm not too sure this year.
Right.
But what I learned sophomore year. Sophomore year was about networking. Like you gotta learn how to meet people. You don't know who you're gonna run into. You don't know what they could do to help you. It's always good to talk to someone. Junior year, I learned about balance. It's like you gotta learn how to be able to balance fun and schoolwork. Because freshman, sophomore year is light. You're taking a whole bunch of gen eds. You're not really taking no major classes. It's like it's annoying, but it's not hard.
Right.
And you still trying to make a name for yourself as a junior. If you really want to get out there, you want to get into fashion shows, music, etc., etc., etc. And it's like you gotta learn how to balance the fun. You gotta learn how to balance what's serious.
Gotcha.
Senior year, it was about finishing strong, finishing out. If it wasn't for just thinking yo, you this close, I would have never finished. A lot of people do, but I'm a senior, I'm a Mac, I work hard 3 years, I can take my time. Now, senior year, you really gotta grind hard.
Right.
Because if you don't have a good GPA, you're gonna want a good GPA then, so you're gonna be like, all right, let me get there. But you also taking major classes. I was taking 6 classes since I was a junior, so just imagine taking 6 classes and you want a great GPA, but you slacking in 2 classes. You get 2 C's, now
that's your whole GPA.
Yeah, your GPA is shot. I graduated 3.2 overall.
Ooh, let's talk about it.
I was on the dean's list twice, and it was so crazy my senior year that my friends only seen me 3 times my first semester senior year.
Really? Because you was grinding, getting the books.
Football,
working
out, books, and 2K. A lot of 2K. That was my stress relief right there. But it was fun. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot. I learned about finishing out. It made me a stronger person because I started to actually pick up on more things to do. I was on a dance team, so now it's now you
were on the dance team, look, Caribbean boy. For me, they was doing a lot.
Feel me? Little something, little 1, 2.
Y'all was doing a lot. I was like, CSA at Buck State, boys, dance team is jokes.
Feel me? We was going crazy, man. But I learned a lot in college, bro. College is fun.
Right.
I enjoyed every second of it. You know what I'm saying? The good, the bad, the mix up. The depression, all that. It makes you strong.
I went to SUNY Brockport, which is an hour away from Buck State. I had a different, we had some similarities in our stories, a lot more different. So I was very active from freshman year up until senior year. So I was in a whole bunch of academic stuff, but I was also in a whole bunch of like social life. So I was part of ASU, which is like the African Student Union, and that's part of my Brockport student government. I was like senator and all those things. I had so many like leadership roles, but like I had to make sure like my academics didn't slip. And you know, I took for the most part like 4 to 5 classes each semester, but that was a lot to juggle with my student life and making sure that I still did well academically. It was a lot of drama in college. For a while I felt like I was in high school. Like I was like, what the hell? But you kind of have to like rise above it and remember why you're here. And I feel like that was a lot of reasons why a lot of people didn't finish that I knew. Like we started together freshman year. By senior year, they were no longer in the school because they kind of got caught up in the hype and the fun and stuff like that, and you don't know how to balance it. And just at the end of the day, your grades suffer. Like you're in college for your grades. You're not really in college more so for the experience. Like that comes along with it, but I feel like a lot of people take a social life and then forget about the academic side to it.
Academic side, for real.
Right.
Academic.
But in undergrad, like, man, oh man, I felt like if I could do it over again, I would. Because I feel like it was a movie. Like, it didn't feel as stressful as people make it seem. Like, I feel like once you get a good handle on, like, work-life balance, it doesn't feel like anything. And if I could do undergrad over, that's what, like, I was part of everybody's dance team. I danced from freshman year up until senior year. I had practices. We wouldn't leave the dance room till 1 a.m. And I had to, but like I never had like early morning classes, so that wasn't bad for me. But one thing I didn't play with my grades. So I didn't do nothing until my schoolwork was done. Like once I knew like, okay, I could get this done, then I will spend time, you know, hanging out with friends. I didn't really party. After sophomore year, I stopped going out. Like I didn't go, if I went to parties, it was off campus. It was at Albany's homecoming or Buff UB's homecoming or whatever the case may be. Like I never stayed in campus to have fun. So for anybody who's like, who has that opportunity, definitely get acquainted with people like who have cars if you don't have one, and get out. Like a lot of the experiences that you're gonna enjoy, if not on campus, will be off campus. Like other schools, other events, like get involved, because once you graduate, you can't go back. Like I cannot go back and be mingling with 17-year-old kids. Like nobody's doing that no more. So you gotta enjoy it while you have the opportunity and while you have the chance. So the next question is, what is life now like for you now that you've graduated?
So now that I graduated, alright, so the first month and a half after I graduated was probably the worst month and a half I ever had. So a lot of people don't really speak on it, but there's something called post-grad depression.
It's true.
It does happen. Feel me? Because like finally, after your little 4-year race, you done. So you know you enjoyed a solid 2 weeks, 3 weeks of, oh, I'm finally done with school. I ain't never got to do this no more. This, that, and the third.
You kind of miss it.
And you start to miss it. Then you realize now, oh, I got to pay my phone bill. I got to get a job. Oh, in 6 months I got to start paying loans.
Let's talk about it.
So now it's like, all right, I try to apply to jobs. I applied to 36 different jobs. Did not get hired. Like, none of them. And I'm sitting there. This is a big thing right here, big lesson too. I'm sitting there wondering, like, yo, I just got my degree. Like, they would always say, get your degree, you gonna get a job. You need experience. So you need to do like
internships,
a lot of internships. You need to talk to people. It's all about connections. It's not even about, it's about what you know, but it's a lot about who you know too.
Agreed.
So I ain't really, like I said, I ain't speak to a lot of people like that. So I wasn't really connected. So when it came to getting a job, it was hard, especially I went to school away. So just imagine coming back to the city, adapting to the New York City life again, and then getting a job out here.
Gotcha.
Started working at, I was working at UPS. I was a supervisor at UPS. Hated it.
That's not what you went to school to do.
That's a fact. So I was already on that. I was kind of ignorant about it too. Cause I'm like, I'm better than this. I don't need this. But like, I still had to stay down, stay humble. And I started a clothing line, Floss and Silence.
Go buy.
Okay? Floss and Silence Apparel on Instagram.
They got some fly ass shit. Okay, I got like mad stuff from them. He's where most of my money goes.
You feel me?
Like, honestly.
Floss and Silence Apparel on Instagram. FlossandSilenceNYC.com is the website. We got anything.
Every color. I got this baby pink sweater. It's so cute.
Me? Anything you could think
so
of.
Cute.
We got it. And so I started this clothing line, and that's what really kept me focused at work too. I was like, all right, might hate the job, but I'm gonna get it done because you know I'm gonna fuel the brand. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If it wasn't for college, I'd have never really wanted to do stuff like that because just seeing how you could even just connect with so many people and like certain skills you could learn. College taught me that. Because when you go away, it's like it opens your mind a little bit. Like I feel like if I was home, I'd have been very closed-minded, and like I'd have never wanted to do anything outside of, oh yeah, I'm gonna just go to school, I'm gonna get a job, I'm gonna get a car, live in my mom's crib for a little bit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a car though. I'm lit. I'm gonna start bending the roads, going to clubs, parties, wasting money on nonsense. I'd have never started a business. I'd have just been regular. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying I'm something,
but you are something, because a lot of people don't have that same story.
No, that is true. Feel me? But I'm not trying to like boast myself and try to like, I'm very humble about it, but I would have really been a regular. Like I'd have just been living life day to day. You know what I'm saying? Like life after college is definitely a journey. It's a fun journey if you make it fun. This is definitely the time to build connections out here, because
you gotta come back. Yeah,
you gotta come back. And New York City is big, so you will meet anybody out here. You know what I'm saying?
So for me, I didn't start a business or nothing like that. I'm not the entrepreneur. I mean, I don't say I'm not the entrepreneur type, but I do. So for me, like I'm going to school. I went to school in undergrad. I got 2 degrees and then a minor. So I majored in international affairs and African American studies, and I minored in political science. So I want to be in the legal field. So I didn't mind the 9 to 5. And when I came home from college, like my story was a lot different. So I started applying for jobs before I graduated, maybe like 3 months before. And then and every summer for my freshman year, I had internships. So I had like because I knew like the field that I was going to study in, I needed that kind of experience like you mentioned. So I had internships like at the United Nations, or I had internships with like Congress people, just because. But that's what I want to do, right? That's not what he wants to do.
United Nations.
Let's talk about
big connections right here.
Right.
But saving the world right here. This is saving the world right there.
I'm weak. But it was like that. So I was like, okay, I still had that fear though, like what am I going to do when I come out? Like I didn't want to come out of college not having nothing tangible to do. And I wanted to be able to use my degree. So like for a while though, I still went through that same post-grad depression, because even though I came out of college with a job and I was working as a paralegal at like a big firm, I still didn't feel like that was what I wanted to do. I knew that I didn't belong behind a computer screen. And I wasn't my job. I couldn't fill out forms for people every day. Like I needed to be in the field, knowing people, getting to understand their story. So I think throughout those like that period of like 8-9 months, I was miserable. Like, but I still hated that process. I hated, getting on the train and going there. And a part of it also was the environment and the culture. I didn't like the firm. I didn't like I felt like there was no representation of my people, black people, minorities. There wasn't, and if there was, they kind of ranked the minorities. So it was like whites, Asians, Hispanics, and then blacks. So I didn't feel like motivated to continue. I went from working at a big old firm to working at a really tiny firm with me and myself, and then the attorney and then the paralegal. And I actually enjoyed going to that, to like work there or whatever. And then COVID happened, and now we're all working from home and stuff. And I'm going through another shift. Like I will be starting school again shortly, so it's like getting back into that mindset of like balancing work and school and doing all those things, because now I'm on YouTube, and it's like, okay, how do I balance YouTube with work, and then with schoolwork? So that's another issue all in itself. But for people who are graduating, make your impact. Like it doesn't have to be as big as my own. It could be as small as becoming a club leader and just changing things and speaking up and just doing the right thing and being an example, because it's like people watch you. The connections you want to make, they watch your behavior.
That's a fact.
I know people that, perfect example, I know a girl, she Brockport has a nursing program, and she got into the nursing program and then got into a fight with somebody because she was running the wrong circles and got kicked out of the nursing program. And now she didn't give recommendations to get her back into nursing school, and nobody wants to write one for her because they know her work ethic and they know her behavior. And it's like, I'm not putting my name on that paper for you. So for people, and it's easy to get kind of caught up in the hype, because he went to Buff State. Half of that campus is black people, so it's like half black, for the most part, half black and half white, give or take a few numbers. But Buff State was mad drama. Brockport was mad drama. Albany, mad drama. And it's like, if you get caught up in that, you will lose the bigger picture, because life continues after you graduate. And I think people forget that. Like, they think that life is just what's happening currently, and it's like you act on impulse based on what you're going through. But it's like there's more to life than what meets the eye. Like, there's a future after this, and it's like what you do, that's going to determine whether or not you get to progress at the rate that you want to progress. And I think it does add to like the post-grad depression and stuff, because people graduate and they got this degree, but there's nobody that wants to vouch for them, like, yeah, hire this person. Or nobody wants to, you know, like, when if you go to that interview, like, they ask you what you done, you stuttering because you didn't do nothing. All you did was fight, or you was doing nonsense.
Literally, in the real world, it's about connections. Feel me?
And people talk. You think people don't know?
Like, two things I could tell you though. You know what I'm saying? Stay organic. Be yourself. Feel me? You gotta mature though. Like, you know, don't be just cause this person came at you gotta react a certain type of way. Now, you're an adult, because now you can get arrested, you get charged, you get sued.
Let's talk about it.
So you don't want that on your body.
You don't want that.
Feel me? So just the way to go about it, people going to talk down and try to burn your bridges for you, but don't be the one to burn your bridges. You're gonna run into people you don't like. You're gonna run into people that you won't talk to, and people gonna say what they say. But you must know yourself, and when you walk in a room, people must know who you are, and they could just tell from just your energy that even if a person was talking down on you,
they know you. They could be.
They know that.
That's not true.
That person energy don't even show that.
Exactly.
They probably just
didn't
talk
have about it.
You know, they just didn't connect with that one person. You're not gonna connect with everybody. And another thing to learn with after like college, and you should have learned this in college, business and personal, two different things. You can work. You're gonna work with people. You're gonna work with people that you do not like.
Learn to separate it.
But you have to work with them. But you need to learn how to break that up. Like, not everybody's your bro. Not everybody's your friend. Just because everybody's using the word bro. If you honestly did not hang out with them all the time, and that's not the people you connect with on a regular, that's not your friend. That's just somebody you associate yourself with. Feel me? And yes, y'all might have one or two conversations. You might call a person brother. And remember, brother doesn't necessarily mean like, oh,
friend, like,
family,
like
friend.
I'm breaking bread with you. Like,
that
I'm
means
telling
brother
you my
on
secrets.
We share something similar. Like, yo, we both black, or we're both this, we're both that. Like, that's the sense, like, that the person speaking. Yeah, that's the context. Sorry for the lack of
No, it's cool.
But that's what it is. Like, you just gotta know how to break that up. Like, you gotta know what your inner circle look like. You gotta know the people you gotta talk to, because it's to help you help them, or help them help you. Like, you're gonna have to build those connections.
Agreed.
But bridges will be burned. Things will
and that's
happen,
life.
And that's
life.
life.
And the thing, people, it don't have to be on bad blood, right? Like, you don't have to talk down upon that person. You don't have to be messy and stuff like that. Learn to burn bridges and keep it pushing, but be respectful, like, of people's space and people's time. Because at the end of the day, you don't know when you have to cross with them again. You can burn bridges, but that's why they have boats, right? You're gonna come across with people sooner or later.
I'm gonna use that.
Let's talk about it.
They want to burn bridges, but they have boats. Okay.
So it's like you don't have to. You gonna meet them. You are gonna come across with them once. I don't have to hate each other, but that's not. But you have to create that boundary and respect the boundary on both ends. But and then some people churches will never speak to. Like, I have people in my life that when I met in undergrad, we don't speak. Nothing to say. I don't hate you. I wish you the best of love, and I wish that God blesses everything you do.
Facts.
But we don't have nothing to do with each other, and that's okay. That is perfectly okay. You don't have to be friends with everybody. And I feel like that's the problem people have, because you come in freshman year thinking that this is high school. Everybody got to be your friend. Everybody's not your friend. Everybody did not grow up where you grew up. Everybody's not the same morals you have. Everybody is not you. And it's like you have to understand that and respect that, and don't hold other people to the same thing that you hold yourself.
Facts.
That's the quickest way for you to get hurt in undergrad.
Do not mess with people because of their potential. People will show you who they are. This is friends and relationships.
Exactly.
I mean, you fall in love or like somebody for the potential friend they could be, the potential girlfriend or boyfriend it could be. You're only hurting yourself.
Screwed.
You're only hurting yourself.
You're gonna be screwed.
It's a fact.
But listen, I'm gonna have Kelly on my channel a lot more, because I feel like we able to. It's natural. It's natural.
Energy there.
So next conversation after we post this video, I'm gonna ask y'all like what else y'all want us to talk about, because we be chatting it up. Like, this is my workout partner since I've been home with COVID and stuff like that, and like
These
extra.
tattoos on me.
He's so extra. He's so extra. Somebody, he's just, you guys go add and subscribe. Follow him on YouTube. Follow him on social media. He's lit. For real.
And yo, you see this right here? This left side, bro.
That's his new song.
New track out. Telling you, tune in. 2020 breakup anthem. Sorry for all those relationships that's been dead and gone.
He's so dramatic.
But I'm telling you, you're gonna hear something in this song that's gonna make you remember it, and you're gonna be like, nah, I felt that. I needed that. I needed that refresher. I needed to let that go.
I don't do relationships. He losing me.